भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नम ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. My humble obeisances to all the devotees of Bhaktivedanta Vidyapith. 3 batches. Some alumni students are here. Some junior batch devotees, some senior batch students, some alumni. Very, very happy with this reunion. Around Narasimha Chaturdasi time we met once before I went for my services in traveling. I am very happy and grateful to come back again in our Bhaktivedanta Vidyapith family and even see some new faces, new joined devotees. It brings great pleasure to my heart to meet devotees who are very enthusiastic to study scriptures, Shastra. Of course, all our understanding of scriptures should bring us to a point where we selflessly extend ourselves to serve the Vaishnavas, to serve Guru, to serve Krishna. But sincerely studying the scriptures will give us the necessary inspiration and prepare our consciousness to render our services nicely. So, by the blessings of Srila Prabhupada, His Holiness Radharani Swami Maharaj, and with the visionary support of His Grace Gauranga Prabhu, we have been conducting this Bhaktivedanta Vidyapith course since more than 13 years. All glories to His Grace Gauranga Prabhu who envisioned it. Seeing the initial batches of brahmacharis who came to Govardhanika village in 2010, our batch, 2011, the next batch, totally caught up in various services here. The leadership, especially Gauranga Prabhu, felt the need to start a systematic study course so that the brahmacharis who just newly joined the ashram get an opportunity to first go through the scriptures before they take up any important service responsibilities. Even during the course period also, you have a lot of services to do, but they are very limited. Primarily, the students were studying Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita systematically during the weekdays. And weekends there are some simpler services which are not serious and long-term responsibilities, but assisting the Vaishnavas who are already serving here, holding those responsibilities. Thus, it's a nice blend or harmony of Swadhyaya and Seva. But Swadhyaya was given prominent seat in the initial 2 years of Brahmachari ashram. So that was the plan. In 2012 we started. Eventually this facility opened up to many devotees across the globe. We are having students from different centers and different countries also participating in this course. We have Vrindavan Nath Prabhu and many devotees from Bangladesh here. Very grateful to be of some service to all these Vaishnavas who came from different places to study Srimad Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita and Bhakti Shastri subjects very systematically. Thank you so much for being here. Now coming to today's topic. So we'll not discuss any heavy philosophy because we are meeting each other after maybe 2.5 months gap. In the festival season, let's discuss something about the festivals. Some light-hearted conversation. It's not a class. Yesterday only we started the Jhulan Yatra, Radha Govinda Jhulan Yatra. And very soon we are celebrating Balaram Jayanti. After that, within a week's time, we'll be celebrating Sri Krishna Janmashtami. You are seeing all the preparations. Pandal is erected. Then after a couple of weeks, we'll celebrate Radhashtami. Very wonderful ambience here. The deity worship ambience. Monsoon. There are 3 sets of Radha Krishna deities I can see. Oh, 3 are in front of me. 2 are behind me. And Gauranga deities are here. Oh, behind me. Oh, there, dioramas. I should not keep deities behind me. And there's a beautiful painting behind me. That's good. Prem Sarovar. So this monsoon season gives us a very precious opportunity to be Krishna conscious. In fact, every season, every month, every day, every moment gives us an opportunity to become Krishna conscious, to enhance our absorption in Krishna's thoughts. But the speciality of monsoon season is that during this monsoon season, we see rain clouds everywhere. You see monsoon clouds everywhere. The complexion of these clouds is similar to the complexion of Krishna. Krishna is called Ghanashyam. Ghana means clouds. Shyam means complexion. Ghanashyam means harekrishna Mataji. So Ghanashyam means one who is in the complexion of this monsoon clouds. And this dark complexion of Krishna is glorified in Srimad Bhagavatam by various devotees in various ways. Brahma glorifies. Suta Goswami glorifies. Sukadeva Goswami glorifies. The gopis of Vrindavan glorify Krishna's beautiful bodily complexion that resembles the dark monsoon clouds. And throughout monsoon, especially in Govardhani Kavilis, monsoon is a little heavy. And you also have the opportunity to see Kohos mountain behind, decorated with clouds, monsoon clouds. Sometimes even in monsoon season, the clouds change the color. Some are dark clouds, they represent Krishna or they resemble Krishna's bodily complexion. Sometimes you also see some white clouds, right? Decorating this Kohos mountain behind. Those white clouds represent Balaramji. So Krishna's complexion is like that of a dark monsoon cloud and Balaram's complexion is like white cloud. And in monsoon season we see both. And we celebrate the appearance of both Krishna and Balaram. And we also see golden lightning sometimes, right? And that golden lightning is the complexion of Srimati Radharani. And we celebrate Radhashtami also this month. So monsoon darshans, the excitements of monsoon season combined with the monsoon Krishna conscious festivals, Gaudiya Vaishnava festivals. Is a great joy. While studying Srimad Bhagavatam, all of you. The senior batch is in which canto now? 10th canto, see? If you want the similar fortune of studying 10th canto, the junior batch Students, please wait for 1 year. Next year, monsoon, you will experience the study of 10th canto Bhagavatam while celebrating Janmashtami, Radhashtami, Balaram Jayanti and Jhulan Yatra. Last year, the passed out alumni devotees, Raghav Kirtan Prabhu or Krishna Kirti Prabhu and all of them had this opportunity to study Srimad Bhagavatam in monsoon season while celebrating all the festivals. Every year we have this fortune. Monsoon. Now yesterday we celebrated Radha Govinda Jhulan Yatra. What is this Jhulan Yatra? The gopis of Vrindavan decorate the swings with nice green creepers, flowers, jewels, pearls and all kinds of paraphernalia, auspicious paraphernalia, lovingly collected with their loving hands. Like yesterday I was seeing His Grace Mahabhagavat Prabhu. Yesterday morning he was making some decoration for the Jhulan Yatra. I asked what is the theme. He said, I am just doing some decoration, theme will manifest by evening. So much spontaneity. Not having a plan in the mind, but somehow the darshan becomes very ecstatic by the end. So devotees are very planned. At the same time they leave scope for Krishna's intervention. They leave scope for some spontaneity. So we need to be planned and disciplined. At the same time we need to be flexible and malleable and adaptable to the circumstances. When I see Mahabhagavat Prabhu, I remember that. So, in this Jhulan Yatra, all the gopis of Vrindavan bring this all auspicious paraphernalia and decorate the swing and keep Radha Govindaji on the Jhulan and the swing. So lovingly, so carefully. They don't sit on the swing. Of course, sometimes Srimati Radharani invites the gopis also to sit on the swing. And she would like to, pull the rope to give them some pleasure. But the gopis of Vrindavan, they are so absorbed in their selfless service. They are decorating this Jhulan with so much of love and care and affection, investing so much of time and energy and emotion, only to give pleasure to Radha Govindaji. So their service and the service of all the contemporary devotees around us who are decorating this Jhulan, like Gaur Charan Prabhu or whoever, Mahabhagavat Prabhu, they are teaching us a very important lesson. Real satisfaction lies in selfless service. And that is the foremost teaching of Srimad Bhagavatam also. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktiradhokshaje ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. Savai pumsam paro dharmo. The paro dharma, the supreme duty or dharma, or the intrinsic nature of every single living being is to render service to Krishna. And that service must be rendered in a mood of selflessness. Yato bhaktiradhokshaje ahaituki apratihata, without any expectations in return. Apratihata, without any irregularities or inconsistencies in your service. The nature of your service may change. That's understandable. Today you may worship the deities. Tomorrow you may serve in the kitchen. Later you may do book distribution. Another time you may give a lecture. The nature of service may change, but the mode of service should not change. Should not change eternally. Eternally the expected mood of rendering service is selflessness. No desire for personal happiness while doing the service. Automatically you will become happy and satisfied while doing the service if it is done selflessly. But a devotee doesn't expect to enjoy the service. What does a devotee think while doing the service? Let my service be pleasing to Krishna, pleasing to Srimati Radharani. Let my service be very pleasing to the spiritual master. Their pleasure gives me satisfaction. My satisfaction should lie in seeing the satisfaction of Guru, Krishna and Vaishnavas. That is the mood the gopis of Vrindavan are teaching us. Whether we do small services like a squirrel or big services, great services like Hanuman, we are satisfied with those services provided we are selfless in doing that service. And Krishna will be pleased with that service provided we are selfless in our spirit. This is what Bhagavatam is teaching us. This is what Jhulan Yatra is also teaching us. Apart from many other exciting facets of this Jhulan Yatra festival, beautiful decorations, so much of coordination, the underlying teaching behind this beautiful Jhulan Yatra festival is the selfless spirit of the gopis of Vrindavan. They wish to please Radha and Krishna. They want to keep Radha and Krishna in the center. They are making all arrangements not for their own personal enjoyment, but for the enjoyment of Radha and Krishna. Even the Jhulan is in the middle of all these decorations. And Radha and Krishna are sitting on the Jhulan, being the center of the lives of all the Vrajavasis. The Vrajavasis derive great pleasure in the pleasure of Krishna and Srimati Radharani. And interestingly, on the last day of Jhulan Yatra, we also celebrate Balaram Purnima, Balaram Jayanti. Just in few days, on 9th, right? Saturday, 9th August, we are celebrating Balaram Jayanti. Balaramji is the Adi Guru, the original spiritual master, original teacher of the science of devotional service, of the practice of devotional service. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and Balaram is the Supreme Personality of Servitor Godhead. That's what Prabhupada taught us. He is the Supreme Personality of service. The gopis represent service, and Balaramji is also representing service only. Selfless service. He is not only rendering service, but he is teacher of devotional service, teacher of Bhakti. He is the teacher of all teachers. He is the origin of Guru Parampara. He is the Guru Tattva. He is the Adi Guru, the original teacher of Krishna Bhakti. He is absorbed in the mode of serving Krishna in multiple rasas. As all of us know, Balaramji serves Krishna in 5 rasas. In the Shanta Rasa, Balaramji manifests the entire spiritual ambience of Vrindavan and gives pleasure to Krishna. He also becomes Krishna's paraphernalia like stick and everything else. And also in the Dasya Rasa, Balaramji renders service to Krishna by massaging his feet. Whenever Krishna gets tired in the forest. And in Sakhya Rasa, Balaramji plays with Krishna happily. And in Vatsalya Rasa, Balaramji acts like an elder brother of Krishna. All the Vatsalya gopis and gopas in Vrindavan, like Yashoda Mata, Nanda Maharaj, and all the elderly gopas and gopis, they feel very assured when Balaramji is with Krishna. They entrust Krishna's safety to Balaram. And whenever Balaram doesn't come to the forest for some reason, Krishna gets more freedom to explore, to be more adventurous. Krishna jumped into Kalya Lake when Balaramji did not come to the forest. Especially when Balaramji celebrates his birthday, Mother Rohini and Yashoda Mata, Nanda Maharaj will tell Balaram, we should not go to the forest today. Chutti. Stay back. You stay back here and give charity to the Brahmanas. Let Krishna go. Let all the other kids go. Why can't Krishna also stay back on Balaramji's birthday and participate in giving charity? If Krishna stays back, how will the pastime go? How will the pastime happen? So when Balaramji was absent in the forest, when Krishna was alone with other gopas, of course, so Krishna becomes more adventurous. He jumped into Kalya Lake to subdue Kaliya on that very day when Balaramji was absent. And on that very day when Balaramji was absent, Krishna also killed this Aghasur, serpent. Brahma came and stole all the calves. So, even when Balaramji is absent in Krishna's Leelas, he only contributes for the enhancement of the flavor, Rasa, in Krishna's pastimes. Sometimes he creates a lot of Rasa by being present next to Krishna. Sometimes by being absent, he also enhances Krishna's pastimes, the flavor of Krishna's pastimes. So Balaramji also serves Krishna in Vatsalya Bhav, as I said. All the elderly Gopas and Gopis of Vrindavan feel that Krishna is very safe and secure when Balaramji is with him. And during Kaliya pastime, when all the Gopis of Vrindavan and the Gopas, they started experiencing some inauspicious omens in their bodies and also in the climate, they felt that, oh, maybe Krishna is in some danger. Because Balaramji is not with Krishna, Krishna must have encountered some danger. Let's go, let's run to the forest to see how Krishna is. And they all ran, following the footprints of Krishna. So Balaramji has that Vatsalya affection. He is the protector of Krishna. Who is the supreme protector? Then Balaramji also serves Krishna in the Madhurya flavor as Ananga Manjari. He expands himself as Ananga Manjari, the younger sister of Srimati Radharani. And that's how he serves Krishna. This Balaramji's service to Krishna is all encompassing. And we can discuss a lot of glories of Balaramji, but this is not like a Balaram Jayanti festival class. We are here to discuss how to prepare our mood and consciousness for the monsoon festivals. We discussed a little bit about Jhulan Yatra. As far as Balaram Jayanti is concerned, yes, we should learn how to serve Krishna in every possible way as Balaramji is doing. Balaramji is rendering service to Krishna in every possible way. Similarly, we should also serve Krishna as much as we can, as much as humanly possible, with whatever skills that Krishna has given us, whatever opportunities Krishna has given us, whatever resources Krishna has given us, whatever abilities Krishna has given us. Let us utilize all of them in the service of Krishna. That's what Balaram is teaching us. He tries to serve Krishna in every possible way, in every rasa. We may not be able to do what Balaramji did, but following in his footsteps, we can try to imbibe some service attitude and utilize whatever we have in Krishna's service. One more important lesson that Balaramji gives us as the teacher of Bhakti, as the Adi Guru of Bhakti, is that we should not be proud. Even if you happen to render great service, you should not be proud. You should be humble. Second, as Guru of Bhakti, Balaramji also represents knowledge of scriptures. He is the Adi Guru of the science of Bhakti, and the science of Bhakti is described in all the scriptures, holy scriptures like Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam and all the Vedic scriptures. So whoever is teaching the bona fide scriptures, he is in the bona fide Guru Sishya Parampara originating from Balaram. All the Acharyas in the Parampara, they are representatives of Balaramji. They are empowered by Balaramji to teach us the scriptures and enlighten us in the science of Bhakti Yoga. There was one teacher of scriptures, Romaharshana. While teaching Shastra to so many sages, hundreds and thousands of sages, this Romaharshana developed so much arrogance and pride in his position. And you know what he did? When Balaramji came for his class, he's not getting up and offering obeisances. While all the students got up and offered obeisances, this teacher is not getting up. Students know more etiquette than the teacher. Of course, a speaker of Bhagavatam may not get up to receive every single person who comes, but you cannot apply that logic when Balaramji comes. So Balaramji picked up a blade of grass, not just because he did not get up from the seat only. Many times people think that, he did not get up because he's lecturing, and then Balaramji became so angry and heavy on him and he even killed him. Isn't it too much? No, it's not. Balaramji's impulsive response to this so-called insult, right? Balaramji was not impulsive in killing Romaharshi and Sutta. We can analyze this pastime at another time, more in greater detail. But Balaramji wanted to teach all of us the importance of humility when we are studying the scriptures. When you are teaching the scriptures. So Romaharshna developed a deep-rooted arrogance and pride in his knowledge of scriptures and his position as the teacher of scriptures. So Balaramji just destroyed him. These are some of the lessons that we can learn from Balaramji's tattva. He is the supreme personality of servitor Godhead. He destroyed Pralambasur. He destroyed Dhenukasur, the donkey demon. This Dhenukasur represents arrogance, obstinacy. And this Pralambasur represents hypocrisy. Like Dhenukasur was very possessive of all the tala fruits in Talvan. The alumni has already studied all these pastimes. So Dhenukasur represents this heavy arrogance and pride and possessive nature. Balaramji destroyed Dhenukasur, and just as he destroyed Dhenukasur, he can destroy that obstinacy within us also. Within the heart of a sadhaka, sometimes there is some obstinacy, sometimes there is some possessive mentality, possessiveness. So when we pray to Balaram, he destroys that. Similarly, Pralambasur, although he was a demon, he disguised himself as a small cowherd boy and joined all the other cowherd boys to play with Krishna and Balaram. But his hypocrisy was exposed by Balaramji. He killed him. So we need to understand that just as Balaramji killed Pralambasur, who represents hypocrisy and lust, he can also kill our own hypocrisy and lusty tendencies. We need to pray to Balaramji. Then, after about 8 days, we'll celebrate Sri Krishna Janmashtami. Krishna appeared. So what to speak of Krishna's appearance? Janma karma chame divyam evam yo vetti tattvataha tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sorjuna. Whoever understands the janma, the appearances of Krishna, karma, the activities of Krishna nicely, tattvataha means in truth, they can transcend this material world. They can attain the lotus feet of Krishna, as Krishna himself promises. In this word, in this shloka, which all of you know, everybody knows, right? I think everyone sitting here has done at least Bhakti Shastri. Some have done Bhakti Vaibhav. Some did Bhakti Vedanta also. Not sure whether you have completed all the requirements of Bhakti Vedanta, but you have done the coursework. You did Bhakti Sarabhama coursework also. Chaitanya Charitamrita also they have studied. So, Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo vetti tattvataha. So, yo vetti means one who understands the divine nature of Krishna's activities and appearances will attain Krishna, but the key word there is tattvataha. Tattvataha means in truth. Not just theoretically understanding. Not just analyzing the Sanskrit of the scriptures from various angles. That also can be done in a very nourishing and devotional way, like many other Vaishnavas do. But some people unfortunately get caught up in the grammatical analysis and they miss the devotion there. They have not understood Krishna's glories tattvataha. Tattvataha means understand the spirit of these pastimes, understand the spirit of all these descriptions, going deep into the pastimes of Krishna to understand the intended message as highlighted by the Vaishnavacharyas. That is what tattvataha means. Not just understanding them from a technical and scholarly and historical and philosophical perspective, but also understanding the devotional perspective there and trying to nourish our consciousness and imbibe the lessons that these pastimes are teaching us. That is tattvataha understanding. Yo veti tattvataha. Tattva is not just understanding the tattva on an intellectual platform or on a scholarly platform, but going deep into the spirit of it, trying to imbibe that spirit. Sukadeva Goswami is glorified for his tattvataha understanding. Yahasvanubhavam akhila shruti saramekam adhyatma deepamatitir shatam tamondham samsarinam karunaya purana guhyam tam vyasa sonumupayami gurum muninam. Yahasvanubhavam akhila shruti saramekam. Sva anubhavam means Sukadeva Goswami has personally studied Srimad Bhagavatam from Vyasadeva. Sva Anubhava means he practically assimilated the essence of Srimad Bhagavatam, which itself is the essence of all scriptures. Yaha Svanubhavam Akhila Shruti Saramekam. Srimad Bhagavatam is the Sara, essence of all Shrutis, and our Sukadeva Goswami understood that essence, assimilated that essence, absorbed that essence, realized that essence, and with that realized understanding, he is speaking that essence with compassion. Samsarinam karunaya aha purana guhyam. Out of his deep compassion on all these samsaris who are rotting in this material existence, he is speaking Srimad Bhagavatam. Sukadeva Goswami. That is tattvataha. Even in the Bhagavad Gita we see Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninaha tattvadarshinaha. Tattva is not just philosophical, intellectual, superficial, grammatical understanding of the text in the scriptures. Along with the text, you need to understand the context. Along with understanding the historical context, we need to understand the devotional context there. Historical context, some people understand. Grammatical context also people may understand by studying some grammar. But all these pastimes are narrated, all these shlokas are spoken in the Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, all the scriptures, ultimately to bring us to the devotional context. Right? If you miss that devotional angle of all the scriptures, we have not understood them tattvataha. Tattvataha. If that tattvataha understanding is not there, how will tyaktva deham punarjanmana iti mamiti sorjana happens? Right? We can transcend the cycle of birth and death not by theoretically understanding the scriptures, but by going deep into their imports and trying to imbibe the spirit, trying to imbibe the devotion of Ambarish Maharaj, trying to imbibe the character of Prahlad Maharaj, trying to imbibe the service attitude of Balaramji and the gopis, as we have discussed some time back. Tattvataha. So we need to understand Krishna's appearance and activities. Tattvataha. All the activities, janma, karma, both. Understand. And that understanding is revealed to us in proportion to our sincerity in the practices, in proportion to our mode of practices, our attitude in our spiritual practices. Not just the physical form of the practice, but the internal mode of practice. the attitude behind the practice. Krishna appeared after Balaramji entered Devaki Mata's womb. First, Kamsa had killed 6 children of Mother Devaki, and then Balaramji entered the womb of Mother Devaki, and later Krishna instructed Yogamaya to transfer Balaramji from the womb of Mother Devaki to the womb of Mother Rohini, who was in Vrindavan, Vasudev's another wife. And Yogamaya did that. Then Krishna entered. Why should Krishna enter into Mother Devaki's womb in this way? Why Devaki Mata had to have a miscarriage before conceiving Krishna? The answer is that although Balaramji is the eternal son of Mother Rohini, Rohini Mata is the eternal mother of Balaramji, still Balaram did not enter her womb. He purposely entered the womb of Devaki Mata first to prepare bed for Krishna. Because Balaramji represents that servitorship. So he is Anantasesha, he is the bed of Krishna. So first he entered Devaki Mata's womb, prepared the bed, and he left so that Krishna can come and sleep there. And there are many other perspectives also. Who were the 6 children of Devaki Mata who were killed by Kamsa initially? They were the sons of Marichi. When Brahma was running behind Vak, all the sons of Marichi criticized Brahma or laughed at Brahma, which is considered very disrespectful. Of course, that does not mean Marichi and other sages approved Brahma's activity. You may not agree with what a great personality does if it is against the scriptures, but we should not disrespect them. The disrespectful attitude of the sons of Marichi, 6 sons of Marichi, made them fall from their position. They are the ones who entered the womb of Mother Devaki. Acharyas explained that this Marichi represents the mind, and the 6 sons of Marichi represents the 6 anarthas that are there in the mind. So these 6 kids were killed by Kamsa. That shows that Krishna will make his appearance once the 6 anarthas are destroyed. And just destruction of 6 anarthas is not sufficient. We should take shelter of a guru also. Therefore, Balaramji first appeared in Devaki's womb before Krishna appeared. That teaches us that we need to take shelter of Guru and also work on destruction of our anarthas so that Krishna makes appearance in our lives. Krishna is always there in our hearts as super soul, as Paramatma. Prabhupada writes in the 2nd canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Paramatma, Krishna in the form of Paramatma is there in the hearts of every single living being. Ishvaraha sarva bhutanam hriddeshe arjuna tisthati sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto mattaha smritirjnanam apohanam cha sarvasya cha aham hridi sannivishto. Aham means me. Krishna is saying me. That Paramatma, that super soul in the hearts of all living beings is me. I am the one who expanded myself as super soul and entered everybody's heart. So Krishna entered our hearts. He is there in everybody's heart. But how many living entities in this world, in this universe, acknowledge Krishna's presence in their hearts? That's the question. So Krishna, we are saying that once the 6 anarthas are destroyed and we take shelter of Guru, then Krishna will make his appearance. That's what we are trying to discuss now. But Krishna has already appeared in the hearts. Before even we are born, Krishna is there in the heart. The soul is born along with the super soul. Super soul is a permanent companion of the soul in whichever species or planet or life form that the soul enters. Paramatma is always there. He is always accompanying the soul. Then what appearance are we talking about? When we are saying that Krishna makes his appearance when we take shelter of Guru, when our anarthas are destroyed, Krishna makes his appearance in our lives. Yes, although Krishna is present, we don't acknowledge his presence tattvataha. We don't realize his presence. That's why Janma Karma Cha May Divyam Evam Yo Vetti Tattvataha. Right? Many people know Krishna's pastimes. In fact, you'll be surprised. Some people who are not practicing bhakti also, they know more details of Krishna Leela than many devotees do. You know? Sometimes some people make some movies or scripts. They refer to scriptures, and in their attempts to know more finer details of the scriptures, they explore all kinds of scriptures. And they extract different details and then form a script. Of course, sometimes there's a lot of imagination there that makes us feel very uncomfortable. But some of them, some are genuine, we respect them. But some of them, they explore the details of Krishna's pastimes primarily with the motive of making money. And even meddle around with the details of the pastimes just to give some entertainment to common people, catch their attention so that they can make their money. So there is an understanding, there is knowledge of Krishna's pastimes, but tattvataha is missing there. Evam yo vetti tattvataha is missing there. Better to know a little about Krishna, but whatever little knowledge we have, if it is bona fide, that satisfies the heart. And after acquiring that bona fide knowledge of Krishna, if we cultivate that service attitude and genuine devotion to Krishna, that's wonderful. Otherwise, you accumulate so much of knowledge about Krishna only to impress people and get money for yourself or name, fame. Some people may not want money, but they want name, fame, prestige, followers. See, if these are the motives behind acquiring knowledge of Krishna, that knowledge becomes a burden, and that knowledge is not tattvataha knowledge. It may be elaborate and extensive knowledge, but tattvataha word is missing there. So the real appearance of Krishna in our lives happens when we sincerely follow the teachings of Krishna. Not just knowing, but at least sincerely try, put some effort to imbibe the spirit of Krishna's teachings. Then Krishna will make his appearance in our lives. That is the real Janmashtami. If we have that spirit, we can celebrate Janmashtami not only on August 16th, but we can celebrate Janmashtami on September 16th also, October 16th also, November 16th also. Every month, every week, every day, every moment, we can celebrate Janmashtami. We can celebrate Krishna's appearance in our hearts and in our lives to the degree we are eager to know his teachings and imbibe his teachings. To the degree we intend to develop love for him and not just to use his knowledge for our own selfish materialistic gratification. We are here to acquire knowledge of Krishna, not to get anything material as a result of acquiring that knowledge. We are acquiring knowledge of Krishna only to improve our devotion to Krishna. If the devotion and love and affection for Krishna is not increasing, knowledge becomes a burden. That's the real spirit of Janmashtami, apart from many other facets which we'll be discussing in future. We have about 10 days more. Then comes Srimati Radharani's appearance day, Radhashtami, the end of this month, 31st, right? Srimati Radharani did not even open her eyes till Krishna came before her. She is the supreme goddess of devotion. In fact, every single devotee of Krishna is under the shelter of Srimati Radharani. As Krishna said right in the middle of Bhagavad Gita, shloka number 350. What is that? Sloka number 350 in Bhagavatam, in Bhagavad Gita. Mahatmanastu mam partha daivim prakritim ashritaah bhajanti ananya manaso gnatva bhutadi bhavyayam. Mahatma, or a great soul, is one who has taken shelter of Daivi Prakriti, and that Daivi Prakriti is Srimati Radharani, as Srila Prabhupada explained it in the Nectar of Instruction. You know that purport? Popular purport of Prabhupada? I think second shloka purport. Prabhupada says, the Daivi Prakriti is Srimati Radharani, the pleasure potency of Krishna. And Mahatma is a great soul. And who is a great soul? One who has taken shelter of Daivi Prakriti, Srimati Radharani. All our devotional activities that we are carrying out, whether it is your Shastric study or your deity worship services, with so much of deity paraphernalia around us, whatever devotional activities we are doing are under the shelter of Srimati Radharani. We can do them only with the blessings of Srimati Radharani. Hari Guru Prabhu can make elaborate feast. Krishna Kirti Prabhu can make excellent sweet preparations all with the blessings of Srimati Radharani. Under the guidance of Srimati Radharani. Ashritaha. Shelter of Srimati Radharani. Krishna Prema Mayi Radha. Srimati Radharani is filled with Krishna Prema. She is completely filled with love for Krishna. There is nothing else in her existence. This water bottle is filled with water. Something else is filled with something else, some other ingredient. But Radharani, her body, her mind, her words, her existence, her desires, her feelings, her emotions, her thoughts, everything in her entire existence is filled with Krishna. All emotions connected to Krishna. All feelings for Krishna only, no one else. All thoughts are about Krishna's service only. All desires are just to please Krishna. All senses are to thoroughly absorb in the service of Krishna, with absolutely no expectation in return. That is Srimati Radharani's existence. Whatever grain of devotion, drop of bhakti that all of us have is just by the blessings of Srimati Radharani. She is the supreme goddess of devotion. All the endeavors in Krishna consciousness that we take up are only by the inspiration of Srimati Radharani. Just as we are parts and parcels of Krishna, we are fragmental parts, amshas of Krishna. Our bhakti for Krishna is also an amsha of Radharani's bhakti for Krishna. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, and all the living entities are his amshas. And Srimati Radharani is the supreme goddess of devotion, and our devotion is an amsha of her devotion, her bhakti. So we need to pray, we need to beg Srimati Radharani to bestow upon us a grain of devotion for her beloved Lord Krishna. Her subject matter is very esoteric, very elevated, very exalted. We don't have the capacity or eligibility to describe more than this. So, these are some wonderful festivals that we are celebrating in the monsoon season. Jhulan Yatra, Balarama Jayanti, Sri Krishna Janmashtami, and Sri Radhashtami. And before that, about a month back, we also celebrated Jagannath Ratha Yatra. That also comes in the monsoon season. And this Jagannath Ratha Yatra is also an expression of devotion of Srimati Radharani to Krishna, isn't it? Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna, but in the mood of Radharani. And Jagannath Ji is also Krishna. But these two forms of Jagannath Ji and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri are forms of separation from Krishna. Jagannath Puri Dham highlights this emotion of Vipralamba Bhav or separation between Radha and Krishna. Who is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Srimati Radharani in separation from Krishna. And who is Jagannath? Jagannath Ji is Krishna in separation from Srimati Radharani. Here is Jagannath, who is Krishna in separation from Radha, and here is Chaitanya, who is Radharani in separation from Krishna. They came together in Jagannath Puri Dham to express their feelings of separation in front of each other. That also happens in monsoon season, at least in India. So, Bhagavatam 5th canto says, Nayatra Vaikuntha Katha Sudhapaga Nasadhavo Bhagavatastadashraya Nayatra Yagnesha Makha Mahotsava Suresha Loko Pinavaisa Sevyatam. Nayatra Vaikuntha Katha Sudhapaga, the place where the wonderful nectarian glories of Krishna, the Lord of Vaikuntha, are not being discussed, that place is not worth staying. What is a place worth staying? A place where there is Harikatha, Krishna Katha. Second point. Na sadhavo bhagavastadashraya. The place where devotees who are taking shelter of this nectarian river of Krishna Katha are not there. Such a place is not worth staying. What is a place worth staying? The place where there is sadhu sangha, where there is opportunity to bathe in the nectarian river of Krishna's glories. And third point, Nayatra Yagnesha Makha Mahotsava, the place where festivals like Jagannath Ratha Yatra, Jhulan Yatra, Balaram Jayanti, Janmashtami, Radhashtami are not being celebrated. That place is not worth staying. Which is a place worth staying? The place where festivals are celebrated in the right mood. So this beautiful shloka from the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, as spoken with the residents of heaven, the Devatas, describe the importance of staying in a place where there is access to Harikatha, Krishna Katha, and sadhus. Sadhus means sadhus are also discussed as people who take shelter of the river of Krishna Katha. A real sadhu is one who takes shelter of Krishna Katha, who constantly bathes in the nectarian river of Harikatha. That is a sadhu. So, the place where Krishna Katha is there, the place where sadhus are there, and the place where festivals are celebrated, this is a place worth staying. And in Govardhanika village, you have access to all three. Do you? Vrindavanath Prabhu is confirming. Yes, we have sadhu sangha here. We have sadhus like Gauranga Bihari Prabhu and Gaurana Prabhu who are giving you so much association. We have other sadhus who come here. Abhay Gauranga Prabhu, another sadhu. Every day he goes in front of Madan Mohan and offers prayers, profuse prayers. Singing Radhikashtakam, Radhashtakam, Namashtakam also. Okay. There are so many Ashtakams in his memory, in his heart. Sorry, not just memory. So Sadhu Sangha, Krishna Katha, and festivals. If we don't have access to these three, even the abode of Indra, even heavenly kingdom is also useless. It's not worth staying there. What's the point of having lavish facilities if there is no sadhu sangha? Better stay in a non-AC room or a dormitory, sleep on the floor or on yoga mat and eat only non-spicy khichdi in the association of devotees. instead of having a 5-star facility with the pizza and what is that? Lasagna. There, when I was at London, they got lasagna and idli. What do you want? Of course, idli. I'm not against lasagna. No offense to lasagna. But what to do? Steamed food is better than for me, right? No offense to lasagna or pizza or any such delicious dishes which are offered to Krishna. Anyways, this is just there are some thoughts on how to prepare our mood for the monsoon season, which is constantly reminding us of Krishna. That's where we began, right? So, monsoon clouds are everywhere, and the complexion of Krishna is similar to the complexion of monsoon clouds, dark monsoon clouds. Yatha ghanar kod pachapo vajyute ghana. Krishna is meghashyama, ghanashyama. So let's try to remember Krishna whenever we see clouds. and knowing that we may forget Krishna even though clouds are everywhere, even though rain is everywhere in monsoon season. Krishna also arranged so many festivals in this monsoon season. Sorry for this sleepy class. I'm still jet lagged. I'm still not fully aware of the external surroundings. In the Rudra Gita, Lord Shiva says, Snigdha pravrid ghanashyamam sarva saundarya sangraham charvayata chaturbahu sujata ruchirananam. Snigdha pravrid ghanashyamam. Snigdha means very soft. Krishna's body is very soft, glossy. Prabhupada writes here glossy, not matte finishing, but glossy finishing. Krishna's body is glossy. Snigdha pravrit ghanashyamam. His bodily complexion is like that of a dark monsoon cloud. Yeah, that's how I remember this shloka, because we are discussing about monsoon and clouds. Ghanashyamam. Sarva saundarya sangraham. Krishna is collection of all beauties. So, let us try and assist each other in enhancing our Krishna consciousness, and let us render whatever services we are able to render in the mode of selflessness. That's the central theme of whatever we discussed today about different festivals of monsoon season. Any questions or comments or clarifications or reflections or realizations or objections? Yes, Abhay Garang Prabhu. Don't ask questions. You should share your ecstasies of your devotional practices.
When you are speaking about Tattva, knowing Lord through Tattva, this Jnanam Tyaham Savijnanam, Krishna says, phenomenal and luminous knowledge. So, and I was thinking, is it a realized knowledge? Because when we say knowing Krishna through Tattva, because sometimes we say knowing Krishna, like by Tattva, all Vishnu's Tattvas are same, but by Rasa, we say how Krishna and Vishnu is different, something like that. So knowing Krishna through Tattva means one is something like realizing Krishna's supremacy.
Tattva word is applicable only to Vishnu, and Krishna is very sweet, rasik. There is Rasa Tattva also. Tattva means truth, basically. Truth about Krishna's Rasa. Truth about Krishna's Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela. You don't have to restrict the word Tattva only to the philosophical aspect or the reverential form of Krishna, which is Vishnu. But there is Rasa Tattva also. Truth about Rasa. There is truth about Krishna's Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela. Even that Madhurya aspect, the sweet and playful aspect of Krishna, and understanding that sweet and playful aspect of Krishna also comes under the umbrella of Tattva. Knowing it, knowing the fact. Tattvataha means knowing the facts, knowing the reality.
It also means realizing the reality.
Realizing the reality, correct, of course. internalizing, absorbing, imbibing the mood. Anything else? Vrindavan Nath Prabhu. Nice to have all of your darshan once again.
Yeah, welcome back. We're glad to have your darshan.
What is that?
We're glad to have your darshan.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Darshan is not just the visual sight, it's philosophical insight also. You have been having darshan of Bhagavatam since more than 1 year. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. You spoke about Paramatma and how many of us we don't see Paramatma in our hearts, but we're working towards seeing the Lord in our hearts. Not long ago, some of us were hearing that this Paramatma, who takes the form of Kshirodakshay Vishnu, can actually present himself differently to the devotees. Do you have any scripture? Have you heard about this or know any scriptural references?
I think I didn't understand the question. Can you say that again?
So we learn of Paramatma as Kshirodakshay Vishnu in this four-armed form.
Correct.
But some of us were hearing that Paramatma can present himself to the devotee in different ways.
Correct.
Maybe as Krishna himself.
Correct.
So I was just wondering if you could speak a little bit about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Technically, Tattvataha, there are 3 Paramatmas. One is Karanodaka Sai Vishnu or Mahavishnu, who is the Paramatma or super soul of the entire material realm. Second is Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, who lies in the Garbhodaka ocean. He is the father of Brahma. He is the super soul of one universe. There are millions of universes, there are millions of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnus. And third is Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu, the one who lies on the milk ocean. He expands himself as Paramatma within every single living being and every single atom also. Even non-living beings also have Paramatma within them. Krishna enters the earth element and becomes the fragrance of earth. Krishna is there in the water element. He is the taste of water. Krishna enters sugar particle and makes it sweet. Krishna is there in stone and makes it heavy and hard. So that is Paramatma. In third Paramatma, in the hearts of all living entities and every single atom. Now, for a devotee, this Paramatma becomes non-different from Krishna. Generally, the job profile or the job description of Paramatma is just to keep track of all the desires and emotions and thoughts of living entities, and in reciprocation with their desires, he will give them knowledge, remembrance and forgetfulness. Mattaha smritir jnanam apohanam cha. That is the job profile of Paramatma. Demons like Hiranyakashipu, they want to hate Krishna. They want to kill God. They want to occupy the position of God. They're better than atheists. Atheists say there is no God. But demons say there is God, but I want to kill that God and become God. That's the style of these demons like Hiranyakashipu. So how does Paramatma reciprocate with them? Paramatma strengthens their mentality, their demoniac mentality. Oh, you want to compete with me? Fine, compete with me. You want to try to kill me? Fine, do the needful. You want to do austerities to acquire some powers to kill me? Fine, do austerities. You want to worship some devatas like Brahma and Shiva to acquire some boons so that you get powers to kill me? Do it. So the Lord reciprocates with these demons in that way. Because Paramatma is basically giving us knowledge, remembrance and forgetfulness in accordance with our desires. He doesn't interfere with the desire. He may give some intuition, some inspiration, some kind of from within it is wrong, he may say as Paramatma. But if the conditioned soul has a strong desire even to go against that, whatever directions that Paramatma is giving from within, the Lord will sanction that. Okay, fine, go in this direction at your own risk. That's what Paramatma does to all the common conditioned living entities. But when it comes to devotees who sincerely desire to advance in devotional service, that Paramatma doesn't just act as Paramatma, he's as good as Krishna. For a devotee, Paramatma and Krishna, the replica of Krishna as Paramatma and Krishna himself are non-different for a devotee. Dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. Krishna gives the necessary buddhi or intelligence to devotees by which they can come closer to Krishna. But Krishna, in the capacity of normal Paramatma, he gives directions to even conditioned souls to go away from Krishna, if that is their desire. But when somebody wants to come closer to Krishna, then Krishna as Paramatma acts more than Paramatma, acts like Bhagavan. Because the desire has become devotional desire. So Krishna accelerates their devotional progress and brings them much closer to Krishna himself. So for a devotee, Paramatma is also Krishna. Hare Krishna.
In
Last question.
Rudra Gita, Lord Shiva mentioned Krishna as Snigdha. And we also heard in first canto Pandavas mentioned as Snigdha.
Snigdheshu pandushu jagat pranachim te vishnor bhaktim karoti nrapatis charana aravinde. Yes, go ahead.
How what can be applied?
These Sanskrit words can have multiple meanings in different contexts. Scriptures are not just textual, they are contextual. How is Sutta Goswami glorified in first canto, tell me? By the sages of Naimisharanya.
Snigdhasya Aditani.
Tell me the full shloka. You are only giving words. Snigdha word again you can give. Because that's the context. Yes, full shloka. Ved tattvam somya tat sarvam tatvatastadanugrahat. Tatvatah came again. Bharuyuh snigdhasya sishyasya guravo guhyamapyuta. Ved tattvam somya tat sarvam. Okay, let me not go into details, but the word snigdha is used there. Bhruyuh snigdhasya sishyasya. Snigdha sishya there is very affectionate disciple. Affectionate student. A student who has great affection for the teacher. If you ask questions in front of the teacher and get answers, you will get knowledge. But if you have genuine affection for the teacher, you will get realized knowledge. You will get more than knowledge. Have affection for the teacher. So many teachers are teaching you right here. So, okay, their snigdha is affection for the teacher. In the context of Pandavas, Prabhupada translates this snigdha. Sutta Goswami snigdha is affection for the teacher, and Prabhupada translates the snigdha of Pandavas with malleability. Krishna is very malleable. The Pandavas are very malleable to the instructions and will of Krishna. And in the fourth canto, Prabhupada translates snigdha as affection. As glossy, soft. Softness of Krishna's complexion, Krishna's body. Snigdha pravridghanashyamam sarva saundarya sangraham. This is how you should relish Bhagavatam. Not just getting into the nuances of Sanskrit language only, but through that Sanskrit language you can relish Bhagavatam a lot. Snigdha in one context is affection for teachers. Snigdha in another context is affection towards the teachers. Snigdha in another context is malleability towards Krishna's will. Snigdha is in another context is the softness of Krishna's form. The glow, the glossy nature of Krishna's body, Krishna's face. Okay? Anyways, we'll conclude here. Thank you very much. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.